all, it's Kelly from Loch Briar Knits, and this is my podcast on knitting and hand dyeing and other crafty stuff that comes up. Like that? Jazz hands. I should be up front right now. It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning. I've switched up my podcasting from Wednesday after work because I found I was rushing home and doing this like mad dash to get everything done before my husband showed up. And then it was just, yeah, which is not the same as jazz hands. Anyway, so it's 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning. My husband has run off to buy things at Costco, and I've got about an hour to myself, and I've recorded this intro. What's this? Take number 5. I suck at the intros. I'm as bad at the intros as like the exits. I'm clearly inept in those areas. So welcome. Welcome to my little corner of madness. Thank you for showing up. If you're a returning viewer, subscriber, yay, we're up to 60 now. We're small, but we're mighty. So thank you. I really appreciate you guys coming by. And if you're a new viewer, thank you so much for showing up and giving the podcast a try. I hope you'll return. So I'm going to also, where it's Saturday, and I completely forgot to print off my show notes at work yesterday, and my printer here is old and it doesn't speak to my Mac, so I couldn't print them off. So we are going to totally go at it free for all today. I'm going to try to kind of keep it sectioned off so that I can leave little time bars down below in the show notes, and that way if there's a part that you're not super interested in, you can skip to one that you are. But anyway, let's start off with the admin. I'm going to put down a little bar here of where you can find me. I'm most active on Instagram and here, obviously. I also have a Facebook page and an Etsy shop. Both are called Loch Briar Knits. The Etsy shop is where I sell my hand-dyed yarns, and I'll do a little bit at the end. I did a shop update May 21st, and there's still plenty of yarn left in there if you're interested. If you watched the last episode 6 podcast, this is episode 7. Did I say that? Episode 7. I said that I wasn't a sparkly person because something had sparkle in it. Oh, it was my Stellina based yarn I tried. So went to buy nail polish because I don't know, it's summer, and so, you know, like the toes are out. So anyways, went to buy nail polish, and I was like, oh, I like that red, but you know, I got red. I like, oh, pink. Oh, no, I already have pink. Oh, buff. No, I already have buff. And then I saw this like sparkly one, and I was like, wow, that's like really cool. And I was like, no, I'm not a sparkly person, remember? You said so. Not a sparkly person. Well, apparently my subconscious took that as some sort of a challenge because it wanted the sparkly nail polish. So, whoa. Maybe I am a sparkly person. Somewhere deep inside, there is a little sparkle waiting to get out. Who knew? Anyway, where were we? Before I segued off into the world of, yes, I am a sparkly person. Oh. What am I drinking? In my shop around the corner mug. I branched out today. It's still freaking hot. But I've already had my coffee, can you tell? So I usually drink lemon thriller tea. That's kind of my go-to tea, but I felt like mint tea today, and I had bought some Bigelow peppermint tea. So I tried that out, and it is good. I like mint tea. I really do like mint tea. I should drink it more, but I always seem to go to the lemon. This is good. This is really good. Yeah, because that's what I need. And it's caffeine free, which clearly I've already had enough of. I haven't even had my latte yet today. This is just all straight black coffee. Oh my God. See, no show notes, and I'm all over the place. So let's do, did we finish admin? Did we? I don't know. Let's see. Where to find me? That's about it. Yeah. We have to take the dog to the vet today. So I'm a little kind of freaked out about that. I mean, I think he's fine, but he's done this thing for the past month where he keeps randomly limping on his right paw, and we can't find, there's nothing in his paw, there's nothing, I can go like all up his arm and touch him everywhere and he doesn't yelp or anything. He seems to think he's fine because he keeps trying to run around and do his usual, idiocy, but he'll just randomly limp on it. Like he did it about a month ago, and then the next day it was gone, and then for maybe a week and a half later it showed up, and then a few hours later it was gone. And then last night we came home from work and he was fine when we arrived, and then we take him out to do his business and bring him back in, and as my husband was bringing him up the stairs, he looks and he goes, he's limping. So he's not limping too bad this morning, but I can still tell he's favoring that paw. So I was like, screw it, we're taking him in. Third time's a charm. So anyway, I don't know what it is. I don't know if he just like tweaked something and now he keeps re-injuring it, or is he starting to get a little arthritis in the joint maybe that flares up? I don't know. It doesn't seem to be slowing him down any, but pets are as like stress reducing as they are. When they get sick or something happens to them, like stress. I can't handle it. It's probably a good thing I didn't have kids. I would have lost it. So anyway, that's what my day is. Editing this, because I'm really hoping to still get it up on Sunday night, hopefully. Taking the dog to the vet, and then running a bunch of errands. And I have to do a newsletter because I have a book release on Tuesday. So I have to do a newsletter up to send out on release day. And that's what's on tap for me today. So Okay, so we're back. Acquisitions. I don't have a whole lot to show you. Evie Knits, who's a hand dyer out of Ottawa, I believe, Ottawa, Ontario. She did a trunk show at my local knit shop on the weekend, and I had really wanted to go, but it was the only time I had to do my own dyeing. So I missed the trunk show, which I was really kind of like bummed about because I really wanted to go. But I went to the yarn shop on Tuesday, went to the Loop on Tuesday, and they still had some of her yarns there. And I think she's just started, I could be wrong, doing some self-striping yarn. And they had a swatch of this one. Like, oh, look at the colors in this. Anyway, she did, they had a little swatch knitted up of this, and it's like nice thin stripes, and it just looked amazing. So given that I have decided, look at that. I love the colors in this. I wanted to get a little more, I'm going to say masculine colors, but colors guys would like. Because I want to do up socks for my dad, and then also a pair for my husband. And I don't know, I really like these. These may end up on my feet, but the plan is, I think my dad would like a pair of knit socks. So, you know, like he spends time outdoors in the wintertime because he does, you know, like the shoveling and stuff like that. So I'm thinking, you know, a nice pair of knit socks would be nice. So anyway, he loves when his kids make him something. I think it means, you know, the effort that gets put into it. It means something special to him. So I thought, you know, he loves the color blue. So I thought these would be really nice for him. And the self-striping was just so cool. I just loved like the way that it came out. So I've got to figure out his foot size. I think he's a size 9. He doesn't have big feet, which is good because then, you know, it won't take as long to knit. So I got this one, and that's the self-striping one. This other one is not a self-striping one, and I'm not sure. It's kind of a darker, so I don't know if the colors will show up. But this one is called Woodland. Oh, I guess it's kind of showing up. It's sort of like dark, muted colors. See if I can get it to focus. There we go. It's like got kind of dark greens. You can kind of see like the dark greens, and it's got, I don't know if that's like, I think it's like a really, really dark gray. There's like a dark purple in there as well. So these ones I'm going to make up for my husband because he does not like the cold. So, and you can't avoid it here in Nova Scotia. So I figured that'll keep them warm. So those were my two acquisitions for yarn this time around. And I controlled myself. When I first went in and I was looking at Evie Knits yarn, I was losing my mind a little. I think I'd picked up 5 and I was like, yeah, no. So I put those down and I went with those two. But I also got a project bag. I ordered this on Etsy, and I think you can see that's I think she's got the same little logo as I do. So that's the Longview Creations. I think she's out of Alberta, if I'm remembering correctly, and pretty sure that's who I ordered my other 2 bags from that are on their way. I also pre-ordered a bag from Jody, who's one of the grocery girls. She has a shop, Mrs. Brown's Bags, and it's the ones with the bees on it. So I've ordered one of those too. And what size did I get? I think I got the one that holds 1 or 2 skeins, so it'll probably be around this size. But I loved all the little trailers on it. I thought it was so cute, which is funny because I don't like camper trailers. I get claustrophobic in them. But I just thought I loved all the colors in it, and it just looked really kind of retro cool. So, and because I'm going to be doing, more socks because I want to try to do 1 pair a month. Then I needed more bags. That's what I'm telling myself. So I have a new bag. Because I need it. So the other thing, which is kind of an odd thing, where did I just put it? It's behind me. So I ordered this big old bear cone of 100% superwash merino. So it's 100% merino, and I was thinking about doing it as minis. But then I thought, well, it doesn't have any nylons on it. So if you're doing it for minis to go in kind of like little sock kits, like to do the heels, toes, and cuffs, if it's 100% merino without the nylon, I don't think it would wear very well. So I think what I might do is don't know what I'll do with this. It's like a big cone of merino. So I'll probably do full skeins with it. Here's the thing. I don't have the counter. I may still do minis out of it. Anyway. So I need to count out the number of, like I've got to measure out the yardage or meterage. But I didn't really have anything to measure it with. So I kind of looked at the counters. This is called a Swedish measuring stick because the Swedes are brilliant. Look at this. It goes, I think it's like 9 feet or something. Maybe 6. Might be 6 feet. I don't know. I'm barely past 5 feet, so everything's tall to me. It goes on and on. Anyway, I figured, okay, I need something so I can kind of measure out the yardage. So I just grabbed this when I was at the craft store because I cut it out of my eye. And I thought, until I can find myself a meter reader, I think that's what they're called. Anyway, I can use that to kind of measure out minis. And I don't know, I won't put these minis, I think, in the sock kits I'm going to do because I just don't think the 100 superwash merino is going to wear as well as like superwash merino nylon mix. So yeah, I'll use those minis for something else. Anyway, that was my plan with this, at least until I can find a meter reader. I read somewhere somebody took the little reader that does measures fishing lines, and it was a lot cheaper than if you bought a yarn meter reader. I don't even know if that's what they're called, but anyway, I may do that. So anyways, in the meantime, I've got this, and I just thought it was like handy dandy for any number of reasons. I'm sure I'll find like use for it. And it was only $10. So that's it for, oh, no, it's not it for acquisitions. I totally forgot. There's a pattern portion to the program because I was on Ravelry again. So hang on. Oh, also I did order some MCN base and some Stellina base for the hand dyeing. Oh, sorry. And that should be here next week. So I'm hoping to get some of that done before the next shop update. I'm going to do a shop update in June, and I just have to kind of look at my calendar because we have Father's Day, and I know we have something going on with that. So I have to find a weekend that's kind of free and clear. So it might be probably closer to the end of June. Anyway, MCN base, so merino, cashmere, nylon. I'm really excited about that. And some Stellina, gold Stellina. I was kind of going between the gold and silver because I like the silver, but I really like the gold as well. So I decided gold. And then probably the next time I'll get silver. So I have a bit of a thing. So anyway, patterns. I did buy some patterns. So because I was going back and forth and doing the find your fade, and I decided finally I wasn't going to do the find your fade because I just thought the size of it was going to be a little too much, and I didn't think I would get enough wear out of it to justify. So then Andrea Mowry came out with the Friger fade, which is more my size. And I think I'm gonna do it. Like I think this will work much better. And you can kind of adjust it. I was reading through the pattern quickly. You can kind of adjust the sizing as well. So that'll be great. That's kind of exactly what I wanted. It's like a find your fade, and you know, I don't think he uses many colors. There's 3 colors, or she uses 3 colors, but she says you can pretty much do whatever you want. You can use 10 colors if you want. But I think that makes a little more sense. Then you're not using partials of, like, I don't know, what was the other one, 7? So I think that's going to be perfect. I'm going to do it. I don't know when I'm going to do it, because this High Plains Drifter, I think this might have been a free download. I could be wrong, but it's on Ravelry. Everything here is on Ravelry because apparently that's my new home. So it's High Plains Drifter, and I'll show you the so this is kind of, I don't know how clear that'll show up there. So it looks like a pretty simple knit. Like literally, that's the pattern. That's TV knitting. So this, and you can use, what's it take? I think it takes fingering weight. Fine. I'm trying to read this without my glasses on. It takes a 4mm, so yeah, it's probably fingering weight yarn. And you can probably, I don't know, you can probably do whatever you want the way the pattern's made. But that's going to be, I think, the one I do first. But, so I was watching the Grocery Girl podcast, which, if you've not checked that out, oh my God, I love them. I want to fly to Edmonton and just hang out with these people. It just sounds very stalkerish. Anyway, they were both doing the Bendy Arrow shawl. And they said it was a really easy knit. And they said it was knit kind of lengthwise instead of kind of like this and kind of going down or up, I guess. Which I think is a neat idea. And they said it seemed to take less time, even though really you're doing the same size as you would if you were going lengthwise or widthwise. Really good with direction. So anyways, let's see if, I think there's another, clearly. There's a picture of it. Sort of spread out. You can see that. So I think that is going to be a really fun knit, and I love how it looks. Like, it's just so cool. I love all the way the color blocks out on it. Then, so that one's also on Ravelry. One that I had been waiting for. What have I got here? Yeah. One that I had been waiting for was, of course, my favorite designer, Isabell Kraemer, came out with her new shawl pattern called Gryer. I think I'm saying that right. Look at that. Oh, that is beautiful. And I just love the colors she used in it. So that, and it doesn't look like a difficult knit. And I think this one had is this DK? I think it was DK. Again, trying to read without my reading glasses on. Which means I'm really staring at the page, but I'm not really seeing anything. Yeah, anyway. This is on Ravelry as well. It just came out. Her stuff is beautiful. All her designs are beautiful. So it's either going, I think I may start this one. But I want to do the Bendy shawl too. No, you know what? I'm probably going to do this one and the High Plains Drifter shawl kind of at the same time. I probably shouldn't do that, but I might. Why Why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I do that? Why not? Why not have like 5 shawls going at the same time? Work on one every day through the week? Work on something different in the weekend? I don't know. I may. Or I might start the High Plains Drifter, and if that looks like it's going to be a quick knit, I'll power through that, get that done, and then I'll cast on the Gryer shawl. Maybe I'll do that. Anyway, that's it for acquisitions. So, well, what do we got? Oh, people. I have a hoe and a foe. Guess what I finished? This is my hoe. I finished the not the stripy sock, the Spring Explosion sock that I was knitting out of a yarn I hand dyed myself. And this is for my sister. It's totally clashing with my shirt. So, put it on the sock blockers there. But I loved how this yarn knits up. And I was planning on making it kind of a shorter sock, but then I put it on the sock blocker. Like I was only going to, I think I meant to do it here because it was a smaller skein of yarn because I pulled out some enough to do like a little mini because it was my first time hand dyeing yarn and I wanted to sort of try 2 different things. So I just used 1 skein of yarn because I thought if I screw it up, I've only wasted 1 skein of yarn. So I think I will have enough to knit the second one the same size, but I'm a little concerned that I may not. And since I started the cuff down, not toe up, if I run out, yeah, we're gonna be in trouble. But I wonder if, yeah, if I run out, I'm gonna improvise because this is for my sister. And if I have to improvise and put a completely different color from here down, she will probably bust a gut laughing and wear it because it makes her laugh. And then she'll remind me of it repeatedly. But I love these socks. Like I tried it on when and took a picture of it, which is on Instagram. Now her feet are actually bigger than mine because I've got like size 5.5 feet, and I think she's like got a normal. I think she's 7.5. So they're a little. I did a. I don't know what you call this toe. I didn't go completely pointy. Can you tell? I love these socks. God, it sucks that I have to give them away. But clearly need to get back to yoga. Anyway, I didn't actually screw too much up on this one. I think there was a little thing up in the rib of the cuff where I purled when I should have knitted. Yeah, I think there it is. So I kind of like, or knitted when I should have purled when I should have knitted. But, Al won't mind. Al crafts. She understands. She understands. I wish she knitted. If she knitted, I should have her on here anyways because she's highly entertaining. But she felts, and she felts these, like her felting is crazy amazing. She does these little Waldorf angel ornaments that I have hanging on my Christmas tree. So this is my hoe. This is my hoe. But I think I'm going to try to get the second sock done next week. Because I said on, I think it was my last episode, I wanted to do a pair of socks every month. So these will be my June socks. And then my July socks are going to be red and white. And this actually has a little bit of black in it, but it's so little. This was my tester yarn when I was first doing the colorway for Blackguard's Heart. And get that to focus. And I didn't get enough black in it, and I got a little more red than what I wanted. So I figured, well, I'll keep this for something. So because it's got so very little black in it, I don't know if you can see some in there or not. It's mostly red and white. So I'm going to do this for July because it's Canada's 150th birthday of incorporation or whatever. So that's going to be going on the needles very soon. Hopefully before the end of June. I'd like to get started on it. But, so that's not quite a what's on my needles, but it's a what's about to be on my needles. And I'm really, I can't wait to see how this knits up because I haven't tried it yet. So, yay, new things! I love casting on new projects, and I've got serious cast-on-itis, and from what I see from the other podcasts, it's rampant. So I got to get some stuff off my needles so I can get some more stuff on my needles. So I really want to finish the second sock, and I know Al's waiting for them. It's not like she's going to wear them now, but they camp. So sometimes when you're camping, you want something warm in your feet if it gets cooler at night. So anyway, the bow, yeah, is done. This is, which is why it's called a faux. I don't have the ends weaved in yet, so you'll see like the ends, but this was the hat, and I had planned on doing the sock head pattern. So I cast on, and then I just ended up doing my own thing because I didn't want a rolled brim. And then I went to my writer's retreat. Check out the colors in this. I love the colors in this. So I went to my writer's retreat, and I didn't really have a lot of writing to do. I just love hanging out with these chicks because they're awesome. So, in a weekend away, so we went from Friday to Sunday, and it was all kinds of shits and giggles. So that's the colorway. And I did, where did I put the yarn? Hang on. Right. So this is, all right, it was Fleece Artist. So Fleece Artist are local. I think they're down in Mineville. And again, I'm trying to read without my glasses on. Really, Kelly? Who are you kidding? Who are you kidding? My husband likes to call this my sexy librarian look. I call it my I'm getting old look. Oh, Halifax, Nova Scotia. I was there. Kid Dazzle. And it's called Turkish Delight. I have a lot left. I could literally knit another hat. And it was awesome to knit with. I loved knitting with this. It just felt like it was like flying off the needles. And I literally just knit this the weekend I was there, and I finished up. So it's a slouchy hat. So yeah, it was fun knit. Then when I got to the very end, and this happened once I got home because I finished it off on Sunday night, I somehow managed, I was on the double pointed needles at that point, and we're going to talk about the double pointed needles in a minute. I knocked the one whole set of needles off and dropped stitches, and the more I tried to get them on, the worse it was getting, so I had to pull it back. I pulled it back without putting a lifeline in first. Dumb move. I wasn't even thinking at that point. I was like, almost 10 o'clock at night, and I was like, I just want to finish. So I did get them back on the needles. I love how it looks like it's swirling, like here, how the colors, it sort of like goes into this swirl. Anyway, bottom line is I did get it back on, and it turned out fine. And it's perfectly slouchy. I mean, it's really slouchy. I think if I had knit it, so if you can see, like lots of slouch going on back there. So I love good slouchy hat. So yeah, and I mean, I suppose I could roll the brim if I ever wanted to, if I wanted to make it a little less slouchy and just, so it fits perfect. I love the colors. I love the little swirly thing on top. Love how it's light, so it's not gonna like smush my hair down and give me hat head. And actually by the time it's hat wearing weather again, hopefully my hair will be down to here because I'm going to grow it out. The short hair was fun for a year, but you know, a girl likes to change. So that was my faux. Then I do have some other in works things. Really, I don't even know why I'm going to show you this because I swear to God, it doesn't look any different than probably the last time we did this, but I finally finished up the first ball of yarn completely. So this is the Simple Line shawl for those of you who are new viewers, and it's a really simple knit. It's good TV knitting for the most part. It is getting bigger, you know. I have 2 more balls of yarn to use, and I'm using the Juniper Moon Harriet Fine in the Baha'i Beach colorway. So that's ball number 2. And I'm knitting this on my Chagus. I never know if I'm saying that right. I say Chagus. I love these needles. So this is where I was. You see my little progress keeper. I have my little bird on a wire. Let's see if we can get him to. I don't know if he's going to show up. I always have trouble with these stitch markers and then the focus thing. There we go. There we go. So this is where I was, and this is what I did this week. I only worked on it a couple days while we were watching the hockey games because Pittsburgh made it to the finals. I like Nashville too, but I still want Pittsburgh to win. So that's all I got done on that one. I wasn't actually even planning on working on it this week because I was going to do the Hohi Catelli Starting Point mystery knit. I think I got all that in. But here's the thing. When I started doing, and I should, if you're working on it and you don't want to see it, so you know, you don't want any spoilers, I only finished up to clue 3. So if you have if you are beyond that, this is not going to be a spoiler for you. If you haven't reached up to clue 3 and you don't want a spoiler alert, this is, ooh, that's a little freaky looking at my end. Anyway, look away. And this is in my, this is my Needle Crafts bag. My Needle Crafts. She has great bags. I love her bags. I'm gonna have to buy some more. And it's got Paris and London, and it's got like this gorgeous pinstripe here. I love this bag. Handle. So here's the thing. My understanding was, and I don't know why I thought this, I'm not entirely sure, but God, that's good tea. I thought that you could do, all of the clues together, like all of the clues on one piece and then all of the clues in the second piece, and then fit them together however she wanted you to fit them together. But here's the thing. I got clue 4. So look away. And it said before you can go on to clue 5, you had to have both pieces done up to clue 4. So I thought, well, I've only got like one piece done because my plan was to knit one piece and then knit the other piece because I didn't think I would be able to do 2 pieces at a time based on the amount of time I had. So I'm going to try to actually, here's the other thing I did too, and I think there was a reason why I did this. I think I planned on, I didn't want it to be quite as big as the pattern called for, so I thought I'm just going to use 2.75 instead of the 4 millimeters. So I'm hoping it's not going to make it too small because that would be really dumb, Kelly. But I still have 2 clues left to go, so I think I'll be fine. And then I have the other whole piece to go. So anyways, I got to clue 4, and I didn't start clue 4 because I was reading it going, oh crap, I can't go past clue 4 until I go back and knit the second piece. So then I was like, well, I don't know, should I just knit clue 4 now and then go back and start, or should I start right back at clue 1 on the second piece, knit it up to the end of clue 3 because all of those directions are still kind of clear in my mind, and then knit piece 4, piece 4, piece 5, piece 5, because clue 5 just came out yesterday or Thursday, depending on where you are in the world. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop here at clue 3 on this piece and go back and knit up clue 1, 2, and 3 on the second piece. And then I'll go clue 4. So I'm not going to finish this when everybody else does. And I'm okay seeing the spoilers because I think it actually helps me understand where I'm going with the pattern. Because some of the stuff we're doing is completely new to me. I think if I kind of see some of the pieces and how they fit together and read through clue 5 and kind of see how other people did that, it'll help me wrap my dyslexic brain around where it's supposed to look. So here's what I've got so far. I'll try to so the other thing too is I don't know. I think if I were to pick my colors out again, knowing how these colors lay out, I would probably do one less. I did 2 kind of speckled ones, which you can kind of see them like sort of blowing the color out a little bit here in the light, but this is one speckled. And this is another, like this is Pressed Flowers by Lichen and Lace. And then this is a colorway by Pirate and Wool. Pirate and Wool? It's German. Not good in German. So when those ones sort of go together, I don't really see a whole lot of change definition, which I would like to. But at the same time, I do like the way the colors, we got to use more of the purple that I love, which I really like this, how like it's lighter colors and then sort of the bolder one. So yeah, I think if I were to do it again, and you know what, I would knit this pattern again. I really enjoyed it. It was, clue number 1 was a bit of a struggle while I was sort of getting down the process. But yeah, I do like this pattern, and I'm curious to see how she pulls it together, because I think a lot of people were looking at it thinking it would go like these ends, and then the flip side would be the other piece, is how it would piece together. But then when I was sort of reading what you do at the end of clue 4, I thought, I don't think that's what's gonna happen. So I don't know, because I haven't read clue 5 yet, so I have no clue. But I did get, there's my little stitch marker, just a little pair of scissors. I got those when I was in Lunenburg a month ago, with some stitch markers. But yeah, so I think I still have to weave in my ends from clue number 3. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start back at clue 1, which is up here, and do clue 1, 2, and 3 on the second piece, and then I'll start clue 4. So I don't know how long that's going to take, because I'm really with the cast-on-itis jonesing to cast on the sweater that I want to knit, because I want to have that ready for fall. And you know what? It's like fall. I know summer. We actually have a summer day today. It's sunny and it's warm. Yesterday was cold and rainy, torrential downpour. It's sunny, and I know that really technically summer isn't even here yet. We don't get a super long summer. So I may not have as much time as I think to knit a sweater, and I know that I don't have a lot of knitting time through the day, so I gotta get on that. If I want it done by fall, I gotta get on it, and I gotta figure out which one I'm doing, because I ended up getting a bunch of patterns, and now I'm like, I don't know which one to pick, so I'm gonna pick the simplest one and start with that, because I've never knit a sweater before. So I gotta get that off the needles and done. So maybe my goals, very goal oriented. So maybe my goals for June is gonna be to do the next shop update, finish my sister's socks, and finish this. And then in July, I'll start the sweater, the next pair of socks, and something else. Maybe a new shawl. So that's it for WIPs. I think that's it for WIPs. Yeah. Oh, in the queue. Well, I guess we kind of really sort of talked about what's in the queue. What's in the queue is going to be a sweater, socks, and whatever shawl I pick, which I don't know what it's going to be. And I don't know what sweater it's going to be. I've got to knuckle down, because I'm going to have to figure out, do I have the right yarns for what I want to do? I know I have the yarns I picked out for the Tin Can Knits sweater and for the pavement sweater, but there's actually another sweater I think I'd rather do instead of the pavement sweater. But I don't know if the yarn that I bought for that will translate, so I'm going to have to check. That's what's in the queue. So that was a bit of a combo in the queue WIP IT thing. So we can jump into To Die For. Okay, so I've got like a lap full of yarn here. So these are the ones, 1, 2, 3 of these are definitely going in the shop, because I absolutely love how they turned out. So this is, I'm going to be balancing stuff. This is the first one, and this is called, this is Forest and Sky. So that's basically the green looks a little washed out. My light, between the light and the camera, it doesn't really like the green, but this is actually kind of a nice vibrant moss green. And then the bright blue, this is Forest and Sky. So I skeined it up because I made one for myself, because I really liked how these colors went. So I skeined it up, and this is kind of how it looks skeined up. This is going to be my August socks. I love this. It is this one. These ones are done on a 75-25 base, and it's just, they're so soft. I really like this. Like, I cannot wait. I can't wait to knit with these, and I absolutely love how the colors turned out, and I wish you could see the green. I posted on Instagram what these look like, and when I put them up in the shop, you'll see a bit more true color to them. But that's Forest and Sky. This one is called Twilight, and I really like this one. It's like orange and purple on a gray base. And again, this one's on 75/25. But I really like how this one, and then I reskeined one because I made one for me too. So when you reskein it, it kind of gives you a good idea of the distribution of the colors. So it's sort of, it's washing out, but I put this one up on, I think I put this one up on, maybe I didn't. I'll put these up on Instagram, and you can kind of get a really good look at the colors. So that'll be in the shop on the next update. And then this one I kind of reskeined, and I should have kept one before I reskeined it, but this one is called Burning Down the House. So it's all reds and oranges. So this is on the 75/20 or 75/25. And then I did one in lace, which I love. Like it's even more, you can really see the colors in that. So that's Burning Down the House, and these will definitely be in the shop. So this was going to go in the hodgepodge, but I love how it turned out so much that I think I'm going to make this a regular one. So this is called Taffy. Remember that taffy you used to get as a kid, and it was blue and pink and white, all kind of striped like that? Well, when I saw it in the pot, I was like, oh my God. And then I had a craving. I used to love that stuff. So this is kind of what that looks like. And it's such a great, I think, summer color. Like this would make a great pair of summer socks. And so I have two of those. So those were going to be in the hodgepodge because I just had leftover dye and I was just squirting it in the pot. And it turned out great. So I'm going to reproduce that colorway. Oops. And I think make these a regular because I love these. And these ones are on BFL. Yeah, I'm doing some more dyeing this weekend, and so I've got to kind of sit down and make a plan of what I want to do. I have some stuff in my head and a few things written down, but it's a busy weekend too, so I'm not sure. I had planned to start dyeing right after this, but we have to take the dog to the vet, so I don't think I'll have time to start, and I'll have to do it when I get back. And it's so nice out. I would really like to sit out on the deck at some point this afternoon with a nice glass of wine and hang out with my husband for a little while. That's it. That's about it for the to dye for. I did order, I mentioned earlier, I ordered the MCN base and the Gold Stellina. And I also ordered some new dye colors, and all of that stuff should be in next week. So I'm really excited about getting that and trying the new colors and doing some new colorways up. Next weekend is Father's Day, so I don't know. I might get some time on Saturday. But yeah, so that's it for today. So, total randomness. Again, this whole podcast has felt like it's been a bit random. I really got to remember to keep my show notes. What's going on? Well, we did the writer's retreat, and for me it was almost more of a knitting retreat because I just did the final read through of my book, which I was done on the Friday, and then Saturday I wrote the back blurb for the back cover and finished that in like about half an hour, 45 minutes. And then I had the rest of the retreat to just kind of relax and knit, which was actually really nice. I think I kind of needed a little bit of a break and hanging out with the girls time. So that was a lot of fun. And then what did we do? Oh, so my husband and I had planned a bike trip that was going to go through Slovenia, Austria, and Italy. And it was a 10-day bike tour with the company. But we got called this week. It was supposed to be in September, and they didn't get enough people signing up for the week we had signed up for. But that was the only week that we could really go. They have weeks like kind of afterwards, but because of we both work for companies, so we have quarter-round reporting at that time, and it just wasn't going to work. So that's been canceled. They're going to give us a full refund, so that's not a big deal, which is good because it was a little expensive. If we got dinged on that, I would have been really PO'd. But where it was at their end that the issue was. So they're giving us a full refund, and we're going to take probably half of that and go somewhere on our own. Probably Europe. We don't know where yet. We're going to sit down this weekend and kind of shoot around some ideas. We've already been to Paris, and we've been to Rome, and we've been to Prague for our honeymoon. So I don't know where, we want to kind of go somewhere a little less expensive. So London's probably out. I don't know. So we're going to have to kind of look around and look at some different places. And we're going to do that this weekend. And then, so we'll do that. But if we do a place that's less expensive, then I have money left over so I can start the renovation of this room, which would be awesome because I really, really want to do it. And I don't think it's really going to cost that much. I think $500 will do the job because all we need is paint and flooring. And I may get another one of those shelves because I need something to hold my yarn. Right now I've got it in kind of different bags and stuff. So I think that'll do it. Maybe I'll buy myself a new desk because that one's kind of, I don't know, one might work. I don't know. It's a small room, and I'm trying to make the most of the storage area and still have it look nice without feeling too crowded. It feels kind of crowded and junky right now, even though I cleaned it up. But anyway, that's what else? I have a book release on Tuesday. So book 9 of my Sins and Scandals series comes out on Tuesday. And then I have one book left in the series, which I'm probably not going to release until, I think, January of next year. So I'm going to take a little time. My necklace is there. It's going to take a little more time to write this one than I have so that I'm not going on burnout mode. And I'm also going to work on another project at the same time. So I'll do probably 3 days on one, 3 days on the other, 1 day off. So I think that's about it. I did put on the Ravelry group, that's the other thing. There's a Ravelry group, if you've stuck around this long. Ravelry group, Loch Briar Knits on Ravelry, obviously. That's where I keep all his show notes. We got some other stuff on there. So head on over, join, and there's also a thread there where you can, I think it's called Ask Away. Ask me anything. Doesn't have to be knitting related. Whatever pops into your head, feel free. And then we'll probably, once we get some of those, add those in here, and I'll answer your questions. And I think that's about it. So thanks for joining me. I really enjoy having you guys swing by every couple of weeks. And the next podcast should be out probably 2 weeks from now. Yes, 2 weeks from now. And so give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the episode, and subscribe if you want to be notified of when the next one comes up, or if I do any vlogs in between. Sometimes I do. I haven't done one lately, so I'm probably overdue. And I really enjoy you guys coming back every episode and joining in. Feel free to ask any questions, leave any comments below, and we will see you again soon. So until then, happy knitting, and we'll see you next time.